What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Mike. I'm a full-time media seller. I primarily sell on Amazon as well as eBay. It is Monday, so you're probably expecting a what sold video. I will show you guys what sold, but that's not really going to be the focus of the video. So it's kind of been on my mind for a while here, and I kind of want to clear the air and set the expectations where they need to be. So I'm going to cover the things when starting out on Amazon that you really can't find, or really, you know, other resellers don't talk about out there, right? Some of the truths. The buy box, you know, are you eligible for the buy box? How long it actually takes to get paid from Amazon as a new seller. Just some nuances that really aren't out there for everybody to see, or a lot of people aren't talking about it out there on the YouTube platform. If you're interested in being around like-minded people like myself, and we are over 100 members in the private media Discord. That's 100 used book guys all sitting there waiting to answer your question, give you advice on whether you should go left or you should go right, and it's only $2.99 a month, and it's a tax write-off. So stop being a cheapo, support the channel, get in the Discord, hop on the weekly Zoom calls, hang out with me every week. Anyways, we're gonna get into the sales first, and then we're gonna get into all the little the forbidden things that people don't talk about when it comes to being a new seller on Amazon. So let's go. All right, this is gonna be the fastest what sold ever. Boom, there you go. We sold books, CDs, DVD on Amazon. We sold books on eBay as well, ranging from $9 all the way up to $30. All right, no specifics today. The topic is more important, right? So you want to get into selling media or anything on Amazon. This kind of covers across the board. These are the things you don't know until you know, right? So most importantly, if you're going to get into selling used anything, is being buy box eligible. What does that mean? I've covered this in previous videos. It means when somebody goes and clicks buy used and they don't want to use Prime, and they hit buy now in that, you can be in that buy now box, right? So when they hit buy now, it's a purchase of your item. Now, most people don't know, when you start selling on Amazon used items, you're not automatically eligible to be buy box eligible, or featured offer is what they call it nowadays. And there's no really set way to get the buy box, right? There's no way to kind of flip the switch on your account so you become eligible. And in the group, we've had examples. People have gotten the buy box within 2 weeks. People have not gotten the buy box for 8 months, right? So why is this important? Well, 90 whatever % of sales through Amazon come through the buy box. So they hit buy now. They think they're buying from Amazon, but they're actually buying from somebody like you or me. So it's really important, because if you're not buy box eligible, you don't have an accurate picture of your business. Okay, so give an example here. Give me something here. All right, we're selling this book. All right, I'm on the listing. I am buy box eligible. I have it priced at $20. Okay, you're on the listing. You're not buy box eligible, but you're priced at $15. Believe it or not, the buy box is still going to go to me because my account is featured offer eligible. Now, there are some tips and tricks we kind of have deciphered as a group here to kind of help that. Getting a review when you first start, sending in faster moving inventory, doing some merchant fulfilled as well can help. There's no really, you can Google it all you want. I tried. There's no set formula for when it happens. My personal experience, when I first started, I didn't even know what the buy box was, so I guess it was good, right? Ignorance is bliss. But when I got ungated in DVDs and CDs at the beginning of last year, it took 5 months. 5 months for me to become buy box eligible for CDs and DVDs. So everything I was sending in for those 5 months probably was just sitting there. And that was fine back then because the fees were a different structure. It was not a big deal if I had to get stuff removed. The times have changed since then. So I'm still not eligible for video games. So I merchant fulfill all my video games, because if I can't get the buy box FBA, my items are probably never going to sell. So how do you pivot to that? Well, sure, if it's a really fast moving video game, you probably can send it in and still get the sale sooner or later FBA. But merchant fulfill is kind of a way you can counteract that. So that's something you really don't hear about, right? Buy box eligibility. It's a huge factor if you're going to get into selling used media. I can't stress this enough. You're not going to get a full picture of your business until you become buy box eligible for books, and it's category based, right? Just because you have it for books doesn't mean you got it for DVDs and CDs. You're not going to get them all at the same time. There's just some algorithm that runs in the background that nobody knows how to figure it out. So if you're not featured offer eligible, you don't have a real picture of your business. Give it time, send in faster moving items, merchant fulfill the slower moving stuff, and that's kind of, you know, a big issue. So now we're moving on. How long for Amazon to pay you? All right, a lot of people move from eBay or other reselling sites and go to Amazon. I'm here to tell you that Amazon is not as fast with their payments, especially as a new seller, or even kind of new. You don't even got to be brand new, under a year new. You sell this today, you're going to make $10 profit. That $10 is probably going to sit there for 30 days, give or take. Now, Amazon works completely different with payments compared to other platforms. They have something called account reserve. So that's basically an amount of your profit that they keep to cover refunds and anything along those lines, right? So you're not going to get that 10 bucks for 30 days. People don't talk about this, right? People say, oh, you go out to the store, buy everything, sell it within 2 weeks and get paid. That is not the reality of selling on Amazon, and anybody that's been doing Amazon for more than 3 months will tell you that. It's kind of frustrating starting out because you're not going to get paid for 3 months, 4 months, until you start building inventory and actually having a large amount of account reserve. So every 2 weeks it flips over and you can get paid what you should have been paid probably 3 months ago. And in comparison, look at eBay, right? You can have daily payouts, instant payouts. When you sell something, you ship it, that money is in your bank account. Amazon does not play by those rules. They will hold your money for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, especially if you're new, especially if you're selling large amounts. Say you just started, right? And you have, you know, 3,000 items you're going to send in to sell, and they all sell within the first 2 weeks. Well, you're not going to get paid probably for at least a month after that. So just be wary when you're starting an Amazon business, reselling business. It's going to take time for you to actually start receiving payments. Now, once you get to the point where you're receiving payments, you're still going to have a reserve, but it's going to go down over time because Amazon now trusts you more, right? They're like, hey, it's a used book guy again. We can give him his 10 bucks now because we know, listen, he sells stuff all the time. His return rate is super low. So we can give him his 10 bucks now and it's fine. But if you're brand new, they're like, yo, who's this guy? Who's ET? ET just started selling, and ET sold 10 grand in the first month. ET's been on the platform. This doesn't make sense. We got to hold his money for a little bit to make sure, you know, everything's above the line here, right? ET's keeping it 100% honest, all right? So that's something you got to really be wary about when you start selling on Amazon. Another thing we have is the volume it takes to, especially with media, the volume it takes to get consistent payouts, okay? Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, you know, 500 items, that's a lot, you know, especially if you're paying $2 a piece. That's $1,000 in inventory you have sitting in Amazon. But I'm here to tell you, if you're going to be a serious media seller and you want to make a full-time income, I need you at minimum 1,000 items in inventory, and that's on the low end, right? If you're sending in $4 stuff, $5 stuff, I'm gonna need you higher than that. I'm gonna need you at like 1,500, 2,000 items in active inventory around the clock. Sending in 200 items is a good start. And I 100% believe when you start Amazon, you shouldn't be focused on your sales or even the money you're making. You should be focused on getting that inventory amount up. You should be focused on, all right, I'm gonna send in 200 units this week, not I'm gonna send in $200 this week. Get in the mindset. Amazon is all about turnover. You got to send in. The more you send, the more you sell, the more you make. It's that easy. But a lot of people think you can just hop in, send in 3 boxes of books, and you're going to make $500. I'm here to tell you that's not the case. This is a heavily inventory-based game, and it's real restrictive with cash flow because I just said 500 items sitting there at $2 a piece is $1,000 just sitting there that you're waiting to recoup your money on. So get it out of your head that you start today and you send in 100 items and you're like, I got 100 items. Why aren't things selling? Well, the truth is, not everything sells every day on Amazon, especially in media. Now, if you have a different business model, you know, you're doing eBay to Amazon, OA, things like that, then sure, it's different. You can sell items that are new and you automatically have the buy box if you're new, and you can turn over your money quicker, but you still have to wait on that account level reserve, which can also hurt you even more in a business model like that. So I need you to focus on sending more quantity, and just build from there. Don't focus on, oh, I have 400, 500 books. Why am I not getting a sale every day? Well, that's just the reality of selling media on Amazon. I hate to break it to you. Other people, you know, might be like, oh, 500 is a good starting point. But if it is a good starting point, but if you're doing media and you want to see full-time income and you start making, you know, 5 figures every single month, I need you in the thousands of units in inventory, whether that's FBA, merchant fulfill, combo, I was gonna say combo can and combination. So combo can of both works either way, but I need you over the 1,000 mark, and a lot of people that have been selling on Amazon media can attest to that. You have to send in large quantities. That's when you start seeing the results that you wanna see. I think those are the 3 biggest takeaways I wanted to talk about today. Another thing that comes with Amazon is refunds. I mean, there's so many refunds on Amazon. The best piece of advice I could give to anybody out there is turn off those email notifications for FBA refunds. What are you going to do about it? Okay, so you say, oh my God, Amazon missed the fulfillment promise. What is going on? How is that my problem? Well, in actuality, the person that's doing the refund just clicks whatever option gives them the full refund. So the refund reason is BS. There's no legitimate rhyme or reason to why they choose one or the other. It's just whatever one gives them the full refund. I need people to stop worrying about these refunds. It's a part of the business. You're selling a used disc you probably bought, or a used book you probably bought for $1, right? Tommy Boy in the Discord, shout out, crushing it Amazon. He does not care about refunds, and everybody should be like Tommy Boy, because you get a refund, who cares? It's $1. You get it back. Amazon's probably going to relist it anyway because it's a used item. If not, you have it liquidated, you're out $1. Imagine losing sleep over $1 single. Like, this is not the life you want to lead. And if you start kind of nitpicking what's going on, the little nuances with Amazon, you're going to get frustrated real quick. It's the same with check-in times, right? You send a box in, it sits there at the Amazon warehouse for 6 weeks. What is going on? Well, the reality is some of these Amazon warehouses are circuses, right? Thankfully, the one I've been sending it to, been checking them in within 2 or 3 days of me shipping it. It's right down the road from me. I'm super thankful for that warehouse. I'll go buy them all Little Caesars pizza if I could. But the reality is some warehouses, it'll sit there for 6 weeks. So what happens? 6 weeks, you send your stuff out, maybe the prices go down, you lose money. These little nuances you can't control, and I'm a firm believer is you can't control it, then why are you worried about it? I can't control if somebody's going to refund the game, right? It's not a big deal. It is what it is. It comes with the business. It's a part of the business. And for us used media sellers, be glad you're selling used media, right? If this was new and someone opens it and you get a refund, guess what? It's not new anymore, right? So you're out of luck. Now you got to sell it used. You're going to lose money. It's a whole headache. That's why I don't care about refunds. Turn off the emails. I mean, anybody here that has turned off the refund emails? Chris, another member of the Discord the other day, said, I turned off those emails and it was the best thing you ever told me to do. And I agree with them. We don't care about refunds. It is what it is. Stop tracking every single package. Stop tracking every single shipment you're sending. I promise you, it's going to get there fine. That's my little kind of, what would it be? You know, word to the weary, kind of new seller, heads up, be on the lookout. This is actually how it works. It's not just you get paid every day what you sold every day. There's a lot of little nuances that can drive you crazy if you let it. Amazon is a different beast of a platform, a whole bunch of different rules, but you can make a lot of money doing it if you build the business the right way. So as always, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more used book videos. Bye-bye.